Now we start off in Nigeria, where the economy contracted by more than 2% in the second quarter. The latest figures released by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics confirm Nigeria has slipped into a recession. Now the non-oil sector declined due to a weaker currency, while lower oil prices dragged the oil sector down. After two bruising quarters marked by attacks on oil pipelines in the Niger Delta and ballooning inflation, analysts say President Buhari's policies have yet to inspire any real confidence. Inflation rose to 17.1% in July, and getting dollars remains a major headache for importers. And still in the country, Nigeria's shoe, fashion and car exports are among the first casualties as the country's budding non-oil industry has run out of dollars to import raw materials. The manufacturing sector is taking a strain in a country that's trying to wean itself off dependence on crude oil sales. Here's Peninah Karibe with more on that.
Dozens of new white buses stand at the end of the production line, ready to take to the street. Unfortunately, they are going nowhere for now. Innocent vehicle manufacturing cannot afford to buy imported components, leaving the buses without engines.
Our production capacity last year was 4,000 vehicles for all the models. This year, we plan to get up to 6,000, but unfortunately, because of the issue of foreign exchange, some of foreign exchange will not move much.
President Muhammadu Buhari has been pushing hard to wean Nigeria off its dependence on crude oil sales. In the meantime, manufacturers can only hope that things will get better.
Government have assured us that they are in control, that things will come better. So we are waiting for them to things to be okay, so that the work will continue how it's been before. So I believe them, and I believe they are doing something. So if finally they can't do anything, we will let off some workers.
The woes continue in the shoe industry. Consumers in neighboring Cameroon who were fans of Nigerian-made footwear are now opting for cheaper alternatives. Many shoemakers have now been forced to abandon the trade.
We are expecting a lot from the federal government. Number one, cash to finance our business. Then the equipments, the machineries we'll be using to do the work so that it will be easier for us.
The central bank, backed by the government, has given incentives for banks to give more loans to small businesses, but few lenders are willing to take on such risk. Peninah Karibe, CCTV.
Well, let's get more on the state of Nigeria's economy. Sophia Dango now joins us in Abuja. Sophia, is always welcome to the show. Now, quite a poor performance in the first half of the year, as we saw. What has been the reaction to this news in Nigeria so far?
Well, Uche, mixed feelings here, quite mixed reactions from various entities, after the disclosure of a recession here in Nigeria. The central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele, had hinted on an imminent recession in July. And of course, the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics confirming that, the economy has really slid into a recession. When we spoke to analysts much of today after the announcement, there wasn't an element of surprise from a great majority of them, really because of the economic indicators that had been at play through the beginning of this year and towards the end of last year. Really, the drop in oil prices was the start of a great number of different elements. And also the fact that there were no real buffers in place even while the oil had dropped. And, so it really has been back and forth, but no real surprises all across the board. Uche.
Well, Sophia, the government had planned to stimulate Nigeria's economy, they said, with an $18 billion budget this year. Now, give us an update on the delays approving the government's spending plans.
Well, the budget had been passed by President Buhari, had been tabled to President Buhari back in December of 2015. It wasn't until July of this year that the Nigerian government actually passed that budget that was heavily dependent on capital expenditure. And that really has not happened, as quickly as most people had anticipated. And as you know, there is a great link between the capital expenditure and actually boosting some level of economic activity, because a lot of that expenditure goes to, building roads and telecommunication, and also in a sense paying salaries and really reinvigorating the economy from within. Of course, now steps are being made in the second and last quarter to be able to have, that money circulating within the country so that there is a lot more liquidation within the country to spend. Uche.
Well, we'll certainly keep watching that story. Thank you so much, Sophia Dango, for joining us there in Abuja.